last night after he was shown this past weekend flashing a gun on a friend's Instagram Live. The statement reads in part, quote, "This is a journey, and I recognize there is more work to do. My words may not mean much right now, but I take full accountability for my actions. I'm committed to continuing to work on myself." Adam Silver said in an interview last night, quote, "Honestly, I was shocked when I saw this weekend that video. Now we're in the process of investigating it, and we'll figure out exactly what happened to the best we can. The video is a bit grainy and all that, but I'm assuming the worst." Shannon, after what you heard last night, how is the NBA going to end up punishing Ja?
Severely. Adam Silver's genuinely seen hurt, betrayed, because he said we talked extensively about this, and we had that young man that had his team up in the office, and we told him the importance of this, because every player is an ambassador of the NBA. Whether you LeBron James, Giannis, and Skip, you got millions, and like KD got a lifetime contract, Steph got a lifetime, doesn't matter.
Yep.
If you work for a company, Skip, you are an ambassador of said company. And so you need to be on your best behavior. Everything ain't meant to be on IG Live, that's for sure. That's for damn sure. Everything is not meant for public consumption, what you do in your private time. And so I believe it's going to be some. Skip, I think I'm assuming the worst. Batten down the hatches. Go ahead and expect. I'm expecting a minimum of 40 games. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what the Players Association, how many games he can get, what's allowed, how much power does the commissioner have, but I believe it's going to be very, very harshly. And then if what is being reported is true, that he went to this chat GPT and got that apology written, Skip, come on. Skip, you ever seen somebody cheat so bad on the test, they write the other person's name down on their own paper? Now, you know good. Bro, you're not going to change, Skip, you're not going to change one thing. Not one thing. You're not going to switch up anything in there to make it seem like, man, Ja seems... The first thing, I'm looking, man, that don't even sound like Ja. Man, Ja ain't write that. Man, Ja had somebody write that. That's what I'm seeing.
And remember, it came immediately in response to the commissioner speaking to ESPN.
You got to be ahead of the curve, Skip. You go ahead and say, as soon as that thing come out, I'm going to say what I say. That way, I'm on the attack instead of on the defensive.
Agree. That tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, Skip, look, I all that high flying and up in the air and the triple doubles that he normally gives Memphis, the grindhouse. I don't know if they still call it the grindhouse, but the party in the city, that thing about to be grounded for a minute.
I can't tell you how much I hope you're right about this, but I don't see as many games as you see. I believe it will come down to the Players Association will fight this because...
Was it 25 minimum?
Yeah, but here's the point. As bad as this looks, if you look at the stark reality of what was happening, he wasn't brandishing the gun. He wasn't aiming the gun. He was sort of playing with the gun. I don't know. He obviously wasn't using it to rob.
I think I read somewhere, Skip, that brandishing a gun in a moving car is a crime.
Okay, but I don't even know if he's just playing. But like brandishing is if you're in road rage with somebody and you
No, I'm saying just waving it around. I mean, you can see the gun clearly right there. They're on the road.
Yeah, he's just having a happy time. They're just rapping along to lyrics that have a lot of gun, drugs, and sex in them, okay? So he's just having a good time. We've talked about, does he have another problem that he needs to be addressed? Maybe so. But the point is, the Players Association will say, what exactly was he doing wrong with the gun? Well, the commissioner is saying, well, it's dangerous just to be playing with the gun because every day, you can read every day, you can find a story on the internet, so-and-so was messing around with the gun and shot his, shot himself in the head. Whatever. Blew his fingers off or whatever.
But Skip, image is everything.
It is for them.
You remember how the public had turned on the league because they thought it was too black, because there was too much fighting going on, and Commissioner Stern cleaned it up. So image is everything. He also thought the image of the players, they come in with 17X T-shirts and pants hanging off their booty. And David Stern said, oh, no.
He did.
We done with that.
Yeah. And then the malice in the palace happened, and he dropped the hammer.
Yes.
On our man Steven Jackson, and especially on
that Meta World, the Ron Artest
at the time. Okay, so my issues with Ja are the repetitive incidents, the accumulation of incidents, nearly all of which involve a gun. There's a gun involved. Again, so far, so good, quote unquote, because fortunately, he hasn't shot anybody and he hasn't gotten shot yet.
Right.
But as you know, and you've pointed out, if you keep playing with that fire or with that iron, if you find yourself in the split second, wrong place, wrong time, and somehow rage takes over, or you know and I know, once you got a lethal weapon.
Once you put it, you got to use it.
Whew, man. You're asking and asking and asking.
Yeah, you keep tempting fate.
You're daring the devil is what you're doing. Okay, so I'm hoping that the commissioner will see fit to try to save Ja from himself, try to force him to look harder in the mirror with a longer suspension.
So you said you don't believe he get 40. Whatever the max penalty that the commissioner can levy, he'll get that. If it's 25 games, if it's 30 games, if it's 40 games, whatever the max penalty is, you believe he's getting the max.
Listen, this is just me under extenuating circumstance of the accumulation of incidents. Would I like to see Ja be gone for a whole year? I would, because I think it would be the best thing for him. Seriously, from my heart, I believe that. I think you started with half the year, so that would be 41-ish, right? Like somewhere in that ballpark. Okay, I'm better with that. I'm good with that. If that's what it takes. But I just fear that the Players Association will fight back so hard. Like, Commish, what exactly did he do wrong? Was he robbing a bank? No, he wasn't robbing a bank. He just had a gun in his hand, happily.
What he's doing is he's impacting the brand.
Yes.
That's conduct detrimental to the brand.
No doubt.
You see these new max contracts y'all getting?
Yeah.
That the advertisers don't like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully that's it for Nike. Hopefully that's it for Powerade. For the time being, they need to say, no, we've seen enough. And I hope it's not what I fear it'll be, which is 15 or 20 games, because it's not enough. And I do hope that Ja goes and gets some real help, because I think he needs some real help. I'm talking about an extended stay at a counseling facility where he can really undo all that's done in his psyche. Well, okay, so that's going to take at least 3 weeks, if not 6 weeks. So whatever that is, that needs to happen with hand in hand, the commissioner saying, I'm going to tough love you here. And I don't need to hear that as Commissioner said last night, he has an incredibly huge following. Well, that indicates you're fearful of that following. You don't want to lose it.
No, he's not fearful of that. He's because he has such a large following, he should have more responsibility to do the right thing, because so many people do look to Ja and look up to him. And this is not what we want our players. This is not the kind of impact that we want them to have on the community. So whatever the max penalty that the commissioner can levy under what the CBA has said he could do, he's going to get the max. So whatever the max is, 25, 35, 45, 50, whatever that is, Skip, he's getting the max.
I hope you're right.
He's getting the max.
I hope they don't just wrist tap him again.
Because the commissioner's thinking deep down, I should have stuck with my first instincts and gave you the max to begin with.
That is correct. Instead, we got bamboozled because Ja immediately announced, he said, I need help and I'm going to get help. Well, as soon as you say that to me, I'm like, I back off. Okay, way to go. I'm with you. No, he didn't go get help.
I was thinking back, Skip, I did something, my grandma let me slide, and I did something the next week. My grandma said, I should have told your ass up last week, but I ain't gonna let you slide this time. Commissioner's thinking, I should have went ahead and put them 25 games on your head last time.
That's true.
And maybe you would have learned, because if he'd have put the 25 games on the last time he did this, now he'd have been gone for the year.
Well, I agree. When he came back this last time after 8 games, I was like, wait a second, he's back? Yeah, he's back. Everything's good.
Well, Skip, we were debating. We was like, he's back from treatment already.
How?
I think he just drove through Florida. You know, because he was in Colorado and he drove through Florida and went back to Memphis. Because that's about as long as he stayed in the facility.
I like your drive-through line. It's a drive-through counseling center.
Nah, you can't do
You just
that
drive
stuff.
up and say, "Could I have a little bit?" Okay, see you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just can't believe he put himself back in this position so quickly. It's almost like the meeting and what transpired 2 months ago, like it didn't even happen.
It didn't even happen. Yep.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Nah, Commissioner ain't playing.
Guys, he's not. Coming up next, let's talk a little bit about Jimmy Butler and the Heat in this Eastern Conference final. How hot can they stay against the Celtics?